What is up, Booger Beans? Welcome back to another episode of Adventures of Boog. On this episode, we're getting the Jeep ready to tow. Okay, so I read the instructions that come with the new bumper on what we need to do. And the instructions have 3 steps. Remove old bumper, install new bumper, and tighten hardware. So, I guess let's start with removing the old bumper. It showed up! So, one of the integral parts of being able to tow the Jeep behind the bus is having a hitch for the Jeep. So, we got a multi-fit hitch. So this hitch is rated for up to 8,000 pounds depending on the vehicle you put it on, because different vehicle frames are rated for a different amount of weight, and a multi-fit hitch, they can't really guarantee what it's rated for. But it's rated for up to 8,000 pounds. I know the mounting points that we're putting on the bus are rated for up to 20,000 pounds, so I don't think we're going to have any issues towing anything that we can legally tow behind the bus. So I'm not worried about that at all, but now we just got to basically figure out how to put it on. We have a few more brackets coming for the Jeep. They're supposed to be here sometime tonight. UPS is delivering them. So once they get here, then we can put them on the Jeep, and we're basically ready to tow. A little bit of wiring, and we'll be good to go. So let's see if we can get this guy cranked out tonight, and then maybe tomorrow we can get the wiring done on the Jeep. So let's get under the bus. This is the frame right here. Just kind of drops down below the bumper. It's got these nice large brackets to attach to. So this here is like 1/4 inch, maybe 5/16 plate steel. Nice and strong. These hooks are rated for 10,000 pounds each. So that's nice and strong. So I'm hoping we can do is take out these bolts that are right here and replace all of this stuff with our bracketry over here. Now, I think these are maybe 5/8 bolts, and I think all the hardware on there is only 1/2 inch. So what we might have to do is do some drilling. Not a big deal though. I'm not too worried about a little bit of drilling here and there. Again, that's not the structural frame of the bus. It's just a kind of an add-on piece. So yeah, what we need to do is coat this in WD-40, and then we'll get the impact driver on there, and hopefully we can pop that off. It's a really big nut though, so let's see what we can do. Alright, Bean, so it looks like there's no way that those are coming off in one piece. So, always remember that something can't be tight if it's liquid. We've got those brackets off of the bus. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, really. I thought they were just going to be 2 quick bolts and we could WD and pop them off. Ended up having to cut them all off. So always remember, something can't be tight if it's liquid. But now we're on to the hitch itself. So what I did is I measured between those 2 frame brackets to figure out our rough distance, because there's about 2 inches of adjustment on this slider here. So what we need to do is take these carriage bolts. So a carriage bolt that has like a square nut on there. We take that, put it inside this steel plate. Then we have to slide it inside here. So you have to actually slide it inside this hole into the frame and then stick out and tighten it up in a rough location where it's supposed to go. So that's what we're gonna do now. Definitely not gonna be the easiest task, but we're gonna see what we can do. So let's get to it. The frame brackets I got totally out, and the hope was to make these holes down here line up with those holes up there, but they are just slightly different. I want to say because it's like a heavy duty application rather than a regular vehicle application, I guess. So the holes are just slightly different. and it's not going to work. So what we're able to do is I'm able to line up one hole on the bottom bracket, which matches with the previous hole that was there, and then we're just going to drill, I guess, 4 or 5 other holes on either side. They're big 1/2 inch holes, and it's going to be a pain, but it'll be a nice secure attachment, and it will fit right to the frame of the bus, and yeah, then we won't have any worries at all. So I'm going to mark all those holes out, and then take the bracket off of there, and then drill them. So let's get to it. The hitch is on the bus. It was not easy, that's for sure. Ended up having to do a lot more drilling than I wanted to do. Because this is like a, I want to say, not a light duty, but like a regular car hitch. The mounting brackets, the holes were just slightly different. So we had to drill a couple holes and get that all set up. But it's definitely in there now. And I believe that this is easily rated for the 6,000 to 8,000 pound range. Like it says, the max that this hitch is, the max that the tow bar is actually rated for is 8,000 pounds. So I think we'll be close to that, because I was looking through the manual and kind of reviewing different sizes and how much they rate for those vehicles. And none of them go into 1/4 inch plate steel, and none of them have 5 bolts holding this hitch onto the vehicle. So I think, again, I think we're more than good. Also with this setup, the drawbar is really, really short. There's only a couple holes shorter that you could go, but the bar itself would actually be hitting the inside of the center section. So this guy is more than strong enough for what we're going to use. I'm not worried about that at all. The only thing I don't like about it really is that it drops the back end of this bus, you know, almost 4 inches here. And that's not a great thing to happen. It's not much lower than the exhaust pipe, but that being said, our exhaust pipes hit the ground before. So, not super stoked about that, but hopefully we'll put bigger tires on the bus one day, and that will help to alleviate some of those problems. But I think we're going to be really close to the Jeep hitch height. I know it seems really low right now, but that's because we're backed into the shop and the wheels are like kind of in a hole outside the shop. So that's why it looks so close to the ground. But yeah, we need to go pick up some more grade 8 hardware. I just use, in some locations I just have regular grade 5 stuff, and it's more than strong enough. But again, I like to have it be super robust and never have any issues with it. So all the hardware on here will be grade 8, beside these stove bolts which were supplied by Reese. Other than that, everything else is grade 8 hardware, but I only had 5 grade 8 hardwares, or grade 8 bolts, and there's 5 on the hitch itself, and 5 or 6 on the frame itself too. So I just need to pick up some more so that I can get that all tightened down and really nice and strong. But yeah, that's it for now. The brackets for the Jeep should be showing up, and we should be getting those on soon. Then we'll be doing the wiring for the bus to get our lights, our reverse, all that kind of stuff set up. And once that's done, we can tow some stuff. So let's get to those things. Now it's time to do the wiring on the Jeep. So we just got this trailer wiring, this 4-braid trailer wiring, so that we can tie into the tail lights, the signal lights, the vehicle ground, and then I need to run 2 extra wires to run power to the brake buddy from the bus. You can also use the power from the battery that's on the Jeep itself, which isn't a bad option, but I would just like to know that if the bus is running and has power, then I know that the brake buddy has power. I think it's a better, it's easier way to check, I think, but maybe not. But this is set up. So now what we're going to do is basically take this wire, run it through the Jeep to all the locations that it's got to get to, and then we'll have lights set up, I think. We're going to tie directly into the tail lights of the Jeep. It shouldn't be too difficult to do. It's really just splicing in and adding an extra power cable. And yeah, it should be pretty easy, so let's get to it. The last kind of link in our towing setup finally arrived. So this is the bracket that will mount into the bumper of the new bumper that we got. And then our blue ox tow bar, the pin will go into this hole right there. So yeah, this bracket setup that we're doing on this bumper was about $350 with the bumper and the brackets. And to just switch the tow bar end of the blue ox to accommodate a 1-inch shackle like what's on this bumper already was $350 itself, and then the bumper on top of that. So it would have been like extra like $250 to do that way. So unfortunately, I do have to drill some holes in our brand new bumper and put on these brackets. But this is kind of the cheapest way we could do it, really. The towing setup wasn't nearly as cheap as I wanted it to be. It was quite a bit more expensive. But that's what we got. And yeah, let's get this installed on the Jeep. So I hope you can hear me. It's like raining like crazy outside right now, so it's a little loud in the shop. But the tow bar is on. So this guy now will get mounted into the hitch that we put on the bus, and she should be ready to tow. These guys, this bracket here is rated for 5,000 pounds. It only has class 5 hardware, or grade 5 hardware, which I'm kind of surprised by. I thought it would be grade 8 for sure. But I don't have any more grade 8 hardware to put in here. I didn't grab any extra when I was at the store the other day. But this is set up for 5,000 pounds here. This tow bar is set up for 10,000 pounds, this Blue Ox tow bar. And then the bus itself set up for about 8,000 pounds. So the Jeep only weighs about 3,400 to 3,900 pounds, depending what's in it. But yeah, that's it. She's ready to go. All we got to do is wiring, and we'll have this baby on the road behind the bus. So I think I'm probably going to wrap up this episode right here, actually. The wiring, I still got a couple things to figure out, and I'll give you guys an update on that once we get it figured out. But this is a pretty good stopping point. She's basically ready to be towed. If we had to, we could always just throw on some magnetic trailer lights, and it would work. It's not ideal, but it would get the job done. But if you guys haven't already, check out Instagram and Facebook for all of our awesome updates. We do videos, pictures, all that stuff throughout the week. So if you want to get more information about what's going on in our lives, feel free to join us on Facebook and Instagram at Adventures with Boog. Also, don't forget to check out shopawb.com for all of our merchandise and stickers and all that kind of stuff. We are going to start producing our own stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you look for that coming to the website, and our prices should start to go down. So don't feel so make sure to check that out. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and as always, guys, thanks for joining, and have a great night.